All right, everybody. How you doing? Captain Jack here. We are live, and we are hitting it with the You Don't Know Jack About Sports show. It's always a pleasure to hang out with everybody. Well, let me before we do this, let's make sure that I don't have a restart in the middle of this, because it looks like we're about ready to do it, and I definitely don't want to do that. So yeah, 10-7. Yeah, okay, we can do that tomorrow. So hope everybody had a great day. I had a decent day out at the park. It was a Easter baseball game, and as I was saying in my video over there on Facebook, I'm not a fair weather fan. I'm wearing my Rays gear, Rays being the first place team in the American League East. Swept three straight one-run games, by the way, by the Red Sox. And we'll get into a fact of what we will be looking at in baseball. I want to make sure that everybody is coming back in here and had a fantastic Easter. Still a lot more things going on in my room. I don't know whether you got a chance to you did notice that there is a new bookcase, and that is as things go out of the room and there's still a lot of moving around that I have to do. You'll see more items show up. I really can't wait until the room gets done, but until that happens, looks like we got a bunch of trolls already. Not answering. I can't. Well, if I can figure out how to get, let's do this. They're right on me. Not answering. Such is life. The unfortunate thing is that maybe if I turn that off too. I'm not ready to take calls yet, because as you all know that follow the show, got to start with the bottom line up front. And the bottom line up front is this. Obviously, a lot of things going on in the playoffs. So let me get everybody caught up there. Running over here to my other computer. Running a little slow, but that's just the way it is. Actually, as of right now, if you're looking for basketball, I will, okay. I will take calls in a bit there, Panderzito. Okay. And, just going to have to get everybody out. Such is life. In basketball, if you are paying attention, the Raptors are up 21 points on the Magic. They were embarrassed in their first game. Orlando took it to them. They're leading in the series 2-1. Looks like it's going to be 3-1 in a bit. The Trailblazers are going to be playing in about 20 minutes. They are currently up 2-1 on the OKC. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, let's get this up here as well. Yeah, Boston swept Indiana 4-0 in their series. They're going to be moving on to the Eastern semis. And Golden State is commanding 3-1 lead on the Warriors, although they did drop that game against the Clippers when they were up by 31 points. Such is life. We'll be getting to that. YKMV. I'm trying to call, but wasn't a troll. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Where were you calling from there, YKMV? Where were you calling from? What's your phone number? We'll get that done. In hockey as well, a lot of things going on in hockey. If you don't know, there's already 4 winners in their series. The Islanders swept the Penguins, which was really awesome to see. Okay, again, let me finish my bottom line up front. Stop. I don't take calls until my bottom line is done. Okay? You start with your bottom line. I will let you know when I'm taking calls. Okay? I will let you know when I'm taking calls. So chill. Getting back to the bottom line. Remember, I take calls when I say the line is open. Line isn't open yet. In hockey, 4 series are already done. And surprisingly, the 2 top seeds in each conference is waylaid. Obviously, the best team in hockey, the local Tampa Bay Lightning, got embarrassed by the Columbus Blue Jackets, swept in 4 games. The only time that a President's Cup winner was swept. As I said before the playoffs began, okay, just because you win the President's Trophy, that doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything because you have to do it in the playoffs. Tampa Bay had that fantastic first period in game 1 and then just shit the bed the rest of the time there. Jersey, I'll get to you when I open up the phone line. Again, the Avalanche beat the crap out of the Calgary Flames 4-1. The Blues beat the 2 seed. That's not too much of a surprise. Blues beat the Winnipeg Jets 4-2, a 3 seed over a 2 seed. Again, I said Columbus wild card 2, just like the Avalanche were wild card 2, beating the conference champs. And then obviously the Islanders ousting the Penguins 4-0. Now, in baseball, as y'all might have heard, I just got back from the Rays game today. Rays have lost 4 straight after just going out of their mind, being the best team in baseball. So let's get you caught up on the standings right now. Tampa Bay still Tampa Bay still maintains a 2.5 game lead over the Yankees. The Yankees have been playing a lot better lately, and we're going to get a lot better once they get a lot of their stars back. Because again, I'll get with you in a bit, New Jersey. Tampa Bay 2.5 up on the Yankees, 3.5 up on Toronto. Boston is making a late charge, especially after the sweep of the Rays this weekend. Minnesota in a very tight Central, a 0.5 game up on Cleveland. Whatever. And then Seattle with a game lead over Houston. Houston, obviously, to me, still the best team in baseball. They got to prove it, but I think that they have their roster right now is the best team in baseball. if you will excuse me for a second, I'm going to have to block a number. Seven calls. We'll get to things. Again, let me open up the phone line now. So, see what I can do here. All right, let's let the trolls have their day in court. One second there. As soon as it comes up, it's not showing up. Can't talk to you unless it shows up on my screen. It's not showing up on my screen. Try again. Try again. Try again so we can get this finished. As soon as it shows up on my screen, I can hear you, but I can't see you. So, all right, 856, who am I speaking to?
All right,
856, go ahead.
856.
And goodbye. Takes a bit. Hopefully we won't have any issues with that number, but we'll see. One at a time. One things at a time. If you would like to call, the number is listed 813-699-0834. 813-699-0834. Yeah, 12 men on the IL is definitely a hard sell there, Jimmy. We'll see what they can do about that. The Yankees obviously are gonna have their hands full with the Rays and the Red Sox, but I think that goes without saying. Ed Winchell, how you doing there, shipmate? Good to hear from you.
All right, shipmate. How's it going over there?
Well, you know, I give the person a chance to call, and then when they get a chance to, they don't say anything. So if they're still watching, such is life. You lost because you don't pay attention.
There's some pathetic people in this world. Hey. You know, I call them bottom dwellers.
Yeah, I think they probably have to evolve a little bit more before they can be bottom dwellers, but that's just the way it is.
Well, happy Easter, shipmate.
Happy Easter to you. For my Jewish friends, a belated happy Passover out from Friday.
I heard that on your announcement from the game today.
Yeah. I mean, I'm of being Judeo-Christian faith, you know, and I try to celebrate as I can with different things.
Right.
I am actually looking for a Seder to go to. I haven't been to a Seder in 30 years or so. You know, so wow. I'm hoping that maybe next year I'll have a Jewish friend that'll be able to take me aside and give me a good Seder to go to. But you know, we can always hope, we can always wait. And by the way, all the folks that are over here on Facebook, I'm going to get back over to you. This doesn't count as your time, by the way, big guy. I just want to make sure I tell everybody hello. If you're on Facebook, and I appreciate you being here, please come over to the YouTube page because the audio and the video is a hell of a lot better. So let me say, everybody, hello, Ronnie Schamberg, thanks for coming aboard. Ronnie, you definitely need to call because I want to hear about your Bucks. Rich Cecina, Ronnie Gutierrez, Big L, Lauren Finn. Can't wait to see you in studio, brother. Can't wait to see you in studio. Dan Boylan from Pennsylvania. Hope you're doing well, and hope everybody up there in the Boylan clan is doing well. Scotty Lutz, thank you for coming in. Charlie Rock White, how you doing? I'm doing okay. Yeah, the Red Sox swept the Rays, but that's just the way it is. Al Counterman, thank you there. Leslie, lots of love to my Leslie out in Vegas. And also the Bear. How you doing? I'm glad to see you here with the Nation Booster Club. Michelle Bell, thank you for coming aboard. And then Beto Nario, thank you for being here. All right, we are caught up on the shall we say, the administrative. So talk to me. And again, none of this counts as far as time. Let me make sure where we are here.
I know.
We're
Hello,
good.
Mr. Bear and Mama Bear from Edward Winchell.
I'm sorry, what was that about Mama Bear and Papa Bear?
I was just saying hello to Bear and Mama Bear.
There you go. And a great
They're family. They're family.
Yeah, good, really good people. I'm looking forward to coming out to the Raider Nation explosion in August. I actually was waiting for Bear to call the last time that we had a show on Thursday. And unfortunately, we had like the 24 minutes of trolling. This time, at least it's only not as long, but such is life. And again, if you are a true caller that was calling in on that New Jersey number, I'm sorry, but, I told you, wait and call in. And then when I open up the line, no response. So sucks being you.
Yeah.
And are you going to be heading out to a Raider Nation explosion there, Ed?
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Good. It'll be a good chance to see you, meet you out there. So for sure. I'm really looking forward to that. What else is on your mind tonight? You obviously I saw some Dodger profanity on my.
Dodgers are looking hot. They came back. They were down. Let me see. The Brewers are down 3. Bottom of the 8th. Brewers hit a 3-1 homer, and then top of the 8th, Dodgers hit another homer and won the game 6-5.
Okay.
They're doing well. They beat the series.
Good. I'm getting some random messages here. Sorry.
That's okay, pal. That's okay. There's all these rumors about tight-lipped John Gruden and Raider organization, which is good. It's amazing. But the tighter you are about what you're doing, the better off we are.
Gotcha. And you know what? I agreed with that. And here's the other thing. If you look at it or think about it analytically, okay, the scouts have done their job giving the information to the powers that be, both Mayock and Gruden and anybody else. They've done their job, okay? They said, this is our guy and this is where we need to draft him and why. So they've done their job there. So they don't need to be in the decision-making room when the time comes. So the fact is many teams, like, for example, the Patriots, otherwise known as the Cheatriots, they get rid of everybody. Okay, they get rid of everybody. The only people that are in the room is Belichick and maybe 1 or 2 other people that he knows personally, and that's what they do. And so this is not out of the ordinary. In fact, the Raiders are actually getting ahead of the game, or actually I shouldn't say getting ahead of the game, getting back into the game of where they are on a par with everybody else. So it's not a big loss there, And here's the other thing: many of these scouts might not have a job after the draft anyway. So if they don't have a job, there's no reason for them to be in there to sabotage what the Raiders are going to be doing. I agree.
All right, everything is already set.
Exactly. I agree, and that's the way it is. VDUP Productions, thank you for coming aboard there, shipmate. And it's going to be a good time. I can't wait to start my journey to the draft on Wednesday. And
what day is the draft? Isn't it Wednesday or Thursday?
Well, the draft is Thursday, but I'm going to start driving up on Wednesday so I can get so I can hang out with my best friend in Atlanta And
so we're not having any show on Wednesday then.
Yeah, no. Well, I didn't have a guest. Normally, my Wednesday shows are with guests. So
I was a guest, right?
Right. And we had a Wednesday show last week only because of the schedule being out that day. I wanted to get that information out to everybody. I wanted to have a hot call-in topic. So we had Wednesday, we had Thursday, and then we have this show. And
Right.
that's just the way it is. And it's nice that I get a chance to do it. And as it is next Wednesday, obviously I'm driving up. Thursday is the draft. So the Thursday show is going to be me going live at the draft. Right. And
Right.
I was on with KDWN on Friday with my really good friend Ken. And so I told
Right.
Ken that I will be doing a live remote from the draft anytime that he wants me. So sometime that weekend, listen in for at KDWN. I will be live with Ken Thompson and his cohort in crime. So we'll be there, and I'll be giving my best from the draft. It'll be great. Can't wait.
What time are you looking at coming live on Thursday? Any idea?
No idea. I'm just going to try to play it by ear. What I'm going to probably be doing is I will go live on Facebook to tell people that I will be going live. I'd actually would prefer going live on YouTube, but
Right.
because I think it'll be a better get on YouTube. I'll make sure that everybody knows to go to YouTube, and we'll go from there.
That's great. Well, I'm glad you'll be there for us. Give us the firsthand edition of what's going down.
Yeah, and it'll be fun. I can't really wait. I can't wait to do it. And let's see. I want to get caught up here. Jason Lopiccolo, thanks for coming aboard. Hector, Mike Toole, and Ryan Nagel. Gentlemen, ladies, mates, and wenches, if you are on Facebook, please go to YouTube at the channel listed above, youtube.com/C/Captain Jack Rackham Levy. Go there, subscribe. The audio and the video is markedly better. I'm not saying this.
Do they know that the subscription is free on YouTube?
They should. It's a free subscription. It doesn't cost
so
you anything.
Why is it every week people keep coming on Facebook? All they have to do is get the YouTube app and then log in every time you have a show.
Well, a lot of people.
Unless I'm missing something. I don't know. It doesn't seem to take a rocket scientist.
Well,
Go to YouTube.
a lot of people don't. They're just. And again, I can't speak for everybody, but a lot of people are out of their element when it's not on Facebook, and I don't understand. And I put it up in a question. I said, "Is there anybody here that can't see my show on YouTube?" And I had a few people roger up that they couldn't see the show, and I couldn't understand why. I can't understand why, but it's just the way it is. So I'm continuing. I wasn't going to do any simulcasting on Facebook, but I'm at least going to I'm going to try to keep doing that. But if you're not coming to YouTube, you're missing the best portions, because as you can see, I read the comments on YouTube priority. I try to come back over to Facebook. I try to read the comments on all of the inlets, but my priority is YouTube. That is why I go there. So if you want to be heard, if you're not calling in, if you're commenting, I can see it primarily on YouTube. Come on over to YouTube, please.
You should say, Cap, that starting the season, next season, and not preseason, but the real season in April or something, that you're only going to be on YouTube.
Oh, you mean August, right? Or September?
We have so much to talk about when there's a game.
Yeah.
That it just every 15 minutes you're going to go. People come to YouTube, and there's a lot to talk about, and it's ridiculous to keep going back and forth. People come on YouTube and stuff. I just don't understand it. But I would say starting the season, that instead of the simulcast, you're going to be on YouTube.
Yeah, that's why I said if you enjoy my shows, and I thank you and I appreciate all those that do enjoy my shows. If you enjoyed the shows from the last year with me going live after the game, okay?
They were great.
Well, thank you. If you like those shows, go over to YouTube. Ed?
Okay, Jack.
I'm going to take Tommy.
I'll let you know. I'm getting kicked off. I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Well.
All right. Take care, Ed. That was it. That was Ed Winchell. And now we have Tommy Beard. Tommy, congratulations on that sweep of the Rays this week. How you doing, brother?
You need a Boston hat. How about them Red Sox sweeping that? I told you we're coming.
Okay.
Here we come.
Okay.
Tampa's a joke. We're starting to click.
Oh,
the Tampa's coming along.
Tampa's
the
a joke.
Coming along.
Okay. Well, Tommy,
I'm liking this now.
Tommy,
Sells back up to the
Tommy, get a hold of yourself for a minute, Tommy. Okay, I don't mind you crowing.
We're clicking.
I don't mind.
We are starting to click.
You're starting to click. You are 5 games behind the Rays. You're not even at 500. Okay.
We are coming.
Okay. When you do,
I will say this was the series I wanted to see.
Okay. Now,
because Tampa was playing well.
They were.
And we come in there. Now, I didn't get to see today's game like I wanted to, like it was supposed to be. MLB Network pulled it and they had Milwaukee and the Dodgers on in one market, and they had the Cardinals and Mets on in the other market.
Okay. Well,
and I was pissed.
Here's the thing. Again, I am a man of my word. I congratulated you on the series sweep, but here's the thing, Tommy. Don't crow about everything and give me a chance to say, again, it was a great sweep of the series, but every game was a one-run win. Okay.
Well, I will say this. I'm still worried with this bullpen.
You should be.
I am. I mean, like I said, what was it? Game 2 against the Yankees. We had that game won 3-0 going to the 7th. Put the bullpen in. The very first time the bullpen come in, and they blew it with a grand slam. I'm still worried with this bullpen. This bullpen scares the shit out of me. I think we should just suck it up and go get Kimbrel. Suck the damn thing up and go get a closer and then fix the bullpen up.
Here's the thing, though. Actually, it's funny because the Tampa fans today were saying, you know what, we need to have Kimbrel. And this is what I say to them, and it was what the announcer said, and I agree with it. Greg Kimbrel is great as a pitcher, but what the Rays had problems with is that they couldn't score any runs in the extra innings. It's not pitching. Greg Kimbrel is not going to win you a game if you can't score a friggin' run. Okay? If you can't score a run, Greg Kimbrel doesn't bat. It's just the way it is. So, what? No, I tell you what, you haven't had your 5 minutes yet. Unknown caller, you're going to have to, unknown caller at 313, you're going to have to give my boy Tommy 5 minutes, okay? Call back.
We have had games. Boston has had games. The Red Sox have had games won this year, and the bullpen has blown it.
That's right.
If we would have had Kimbrel, there's been games in the night that we have blown. Baltimore, we blew 2 games. We played a 4-game series and we split with it.
Yep.
2 games that we played Baltimore. The 2 that we played the Yankees. We blew those in the 8th and 9th.
Gotcha.
We have got to find. We have got to. Don't get me wrong. I like having re-signing bets or working on re-signing bets and bringing the offense back. Don't get me wrong. I understand. Like you said, you said with your Rays. You need
hitting.
offense.
Yeah. You need some
I understand
offense.
we need that. Our offense is loaded. When they're starting to click now. We are starting to click. Now, I don't know if it was going to the south and we're playing in that warmer weather. We're not outside in Boston where it's been 30, 40 degrees.
Yeah.
And that helped what it is. But the offense seems to be clicking. But we can score all the runs we want. It's not going to help. We don't have a bullpen to close it.
True. And
it's just not going to happen.
And that's with there are teams around the league. The Red Sox are one. The Rays are one. Even the Phillies, they were screaming they need Kimbrel. It's good if you have a pitcher of that quality, but you better be able to score runs. And I tell you, the Phillies have been running up into buzzsaws as well. The Red Sox were doing well in this series. But to be honest, though, Tommy, they scored 4 today. They scored 6 yesterday. I don't remember what they scored on the first day. 1 run wins does not denote a roster that is still firing on all cylinders. I still think that the Red Sox need some more help, and that they played better than the Rays did this series, and good on them. But again, as you said, it's still April, so we'll see what happens.
And we'll see what we do against, I think we go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I know it's a 4-game series, but we've got Detroit. And they're an up-and-coming team. They're not like they were back in the last couple of years.
Yeah, Detroit's not bad.
We should beat them, but you never know.
Well, they're 10-10 right now. They're 500, so at least they're better than the Red Sox. I mean, and not that I'm rubbing it in. I'm just saying they're at least a 500 team.
Like I said, there's been games we are clicking, but I don't know if it's because we went down south and played. That game was in Tampa and it wasn't cold. It was in that warm weather. So,
Yes.
I mean, yeah, it's a dome, but it's still warmer than what it was in Boston.
Yeah. Definitely so.
I don't know if that's it, but I mean, you can't use that excuse because last year at this time, we were 16-2,
right,
and running away with the division.
And you know what? You ran away with it, but at the very end, the Yankees actually almost came up and caught you at the end.
We know the end of the year. When we did that 4-game sweep with them, that division was over.
Okay, but until that series at the end, I think they were within, about 2 games of you at that time?
No. We ran away. Do you know what the difference of last year was? And I did not really know this. Did not know this until I watched the Yankees-Red Sox series. And when they had it on MLB, MLB Network, they were talking about. You know what won that division? April. When we went 16-2.
Right.
And the Red Sox went they started out like they were like below 500. But after that, we ended up with the exact same record.
Yeah. Well,
the month of April won that series or won that division.
That's what I'm saying, though. The fast start in April is what catapulted you into winning the NL East. So what I'm saying is that you should be lucky in some respects that the Rays actually choked 3 games against you, because if they would have won those 3 games, might have been that those are the games that they need to win at the very end. So
I'm just hoping the 2 games that we lost against Baltimore doesn't come back and hurt us, because I'm sorry. That Baltimore team is like a double A or triple A team. Yeah, they got a couple MLB players, but most of the players in Baltimore and that Orioles right now are only double A and a triple A team. That's embarrassing to lose to them.
Yeah, it is. And I was going to say, when I was watching the preseason with spring training with the Orioles, and I was like, I don't know any of these people, and these are folks that I have no clue who they are. And I was watching the Orioles when they played the Phillies over in Clearwater, and I'm like, I've never heard of any of these guys. I don't even know if they're on a major league roster to begin with. So we'll see.
Well, I know the two catchers they've got. I can't remember the one.
Well, Sucre.
But I know the one catcher they have, the backup. I can't think of his name offhand because it just he was in Washington for 3 years. He was bouncing up and down from Syracuse to D.C.
Right. Well, he's the one catcher, and Sucre is the other catcher, and those two guys were just late additions at the very end of spring training. They were going with two other guys that nobody had ever heard of. Sucre is one. The other guy was a major league catcher with another team, and they just got these guys. The two catchers that the Orioles have very little had very little major league experience until they got Sucre and the other guy. And I can look it up for you, but again, I need a producer.
I know the other guy came from D.C.
Yeah.
I cannot think of his name right offhand right now, but I know he came from D.C. because he was on the start. He was started with the team because Wieters was hurt.
Yeah.
And then when Wieters came back, they moved him to Syracuse. They sent him to AAA.
Yeah. Well,
he just wasn't getting it.
Give me one comment out the door, Tommy.
Can't wait for the draft to see what the Raiders do.
All right. Hey, good talking to you, brother. You make sure you call in again and take care of yourself.
You know I will, Cap.
All right. Take care, Tommy.
No problem.
All right. That's Tommy Beard. Always good hearing from him. Let me get caught up on some of these comments. And again, I apologize for that. On Facebook, Jermaine J, thanks for coming aboard. We got Gerard and Frank, and T-Rob is in here. Pamela, thank you for coming in as well. Remember, David Givner, good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Come on over to YouTube. Go over there, subscribe. Best audio, best video is over on YouTube. Besides, the comments that are on YouTube, I will give priority to. And having said that, let's get on these. I did like VDub's Productions comment about, well, Tampa fans can at least count on the Lightning. Oh, that's right. Good slam, brother. Good slam. Yeah, but we said that to begin with. So good on you there. I like Ed Winchell trying to get Derek Carr to call in. That'd be great. And I agree, Mike Lee. There will never be another Mariano Rivera, though. The only ever unanimous choice for the Hall of Fame. Never been done before. Never been done before. Now, I don't know whether the when the first Hall of Famers came out, if they ever had, like, I mean, I don't know how they did there. You know, when you talk about the original Hall of Fame class, Babe Ruth and Tris Speaker, and I think Lou Gehrig might have even been in that class, and Ty Cobb. I don't know if they were unanimous, but apparently not. Mariano Rivera, the only unanimous Hall of Famer in history, so good on him. There'll never be another Mariano Rivera. So good on that as well. Good observation there. Major League Baseball needs one, but not yet. And again, they were talking about the Yankees being a mass unit. They are. You know, Aaron Judge, Stanton, a lot of other people there. You know, they need to get their guys back. And I was listening to the Yankee game today before I went into the Rays Park, and they were saying that a lot of those guys that are on the IL, the injured list, and that's hard to say. You know, I know it used to be the DL, but the IL, you know, they're coming back. So the Yankees are going to get restocked. So, you know, be aware of that. Be aware of that, Tommy. I don't know about Derek Jeter. He has the possibility to be the second, but you know what? if you go in there, there's always going to be guys that saying that Jeter was a great player, but he wasn't the greatest player there. Derek Jeter may be a unanimous choice, but I don't know. And I agree, Ken Griffey Jr. possibly should have been one, but he wasn't. Okay, so let's see, get else on the comments. And again, thanks everywhere for East. I hope everybody had a great Easter holiday. Next year, Carl will surpass Dave in every major category in the team. That's true. It'll be great to see. First 536. Thank you there, V-Dub. Ty Cobb, Babe Ruth. Oh, okay. I said Tris Speaker. I'm mistaken. Honus Wagner, Christy Mathewson, and Walter Johnson. So the big train and Christy Mathewson, again, the two best pitchers of all time. Obviously, Cobb and Ruth, and Honus Wagner. Okay. I thought Tris Speaker was there. I guess not. Thank you there for that information, RV-Dub. Again, I knew about who it was, but didn't quite have it. None were unanimous. Thank you there. So there you go. Mariano Rivera, only unanimous choice. We'll see if Derek Jeter can be as well. And again, a happy Easter. Mike Lee says a happy Easter. Belated happy Passover to all. The line is open. So if you want to call in, Bob Dar, thanks for coming aboard. And Lorenzo, thanks for coming aboard. If you like what you see, go over to YouTube. If you're not there already, go to the page. Come on board. Please subscribe. Again, I'm going to be on YouTube when the season starts. I'm going to be on YouTube. It's just going to be on YouTube. So time to get over there now. Tell your friends. And I appreciate everybody coming over. Line is open, 813-699-0834. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that I haven't heard from Jimmy Farrell. Oh, by the way, since we're talking about Jimmy Farrell, I did get my tickets today for the Jets game, and I did the video from the Rays game. It was like I had Tourette's because I could not get through to Ticketmaster, and it really was pissing me off. And the guys in front of me are like, dude, what is wrong? You just been GDMFing for the last, every couple minutes, GDMF. So, way it is. Hector Hernandez, I'm sorry I missed it. Who's my pick for the draft for the Raiders at defensive end? It depends. I'll tell you, it's if they go with Quinnen Williams at 4, they're still going to need a defensive end. It depends upon if they get Quinnen Williams at 4, then their defensive end is going to be somebody in the back end. It could be the kid from Florida State, Burns. It could be Farrell from Clemson. There's a couple other players who it could be. I don't know if Sweat is going to be there at that time. We'll see. Hang on. 412, who am I talking to?
Your buddy in Pittsburgh, Captain Jack. How you doing?
Hey, Jared. I don't know why your number or your name didn't come up.
Well, you were taking a lot of Tommy's calling the other callers real quick. First off, happy Easter to you and everyone in the Raider Nation.
Happy Easter to you as well, Jared. Again, I normally your number calls your name comes up, so I got to take chances with some of these numbers. But I gave the one guy a chance several times. Yeah, I couldn't even get a peep out of him, so I had to block him. But again, happy Easter to you as well, shipmate.
Thank you. Well, the big million-dollar question is, are they going to give up one of the first 3 picks here in the first round? Is Mayock and Gruen going to play poker at the biggest table, however, in Nashville and give up one of their 3 first-round picks? Are they going to stay with all 3 picks, do you think?
No, I think we're going to trade one of those picks back. Yes, V-Dub, I got my tickets for the Raiders Jets. Go on Ticketmaster and get them. Yeah, and thank was it Christian Worthington said that we were trade back to get Sweat. That's possible, and that's along with what we're talking here with Jared. I I think that the Raiders are going to use one of those either 24 or 27. They're going to trade back because they know that they can get a really good player at about the same caliber. If somebody's going to come up to get somebody hot, somebody's going to want to grab somebody at 24 or 27. The Raiders are going to do the old Belichickian trade back, acquire more picks, trade back, acquire more picks. If you keep doing it year after year after year, you're always going to be in a surplus of picks. So I would think that that's going to happen. I doubt seriously if the Raiders trade up. People are asking me if I think they're going to trade up. I don't think so, but I think that they will trade back.
Yeah. Well, do you think the Steelers at 20, however, stay at 20? Do you think they're going to have to make a move to get one of these tight ends they keep talking about, Hawkinson or Fant? What do you think about them?
Well, I think that Gruden definitely wants one of those tight ends, but the thing is this: he has so much. He's given Mayock a lot of collateral with all of these 3 picks. The difference in between Hawkinson and Fant, Hawkinson is the better all-around tight end. Fant is a little bit more physical and has a lot of the physical tools and is quicker. But they got Smith available from Alabama. There is going to be a surplus of talent. Those are the big 3 that everybody talks about. But I think that if the caliber of tight end doesn't really fall off that much, why do you want to give up something to get somebody that is almost as good? And that's just the way I think anyway. Yeah. Is that I would not trade up for Hawkinson. If he's there, great.
Yeah. What if the Steelers now, for instance, however, we could talk about it for the last few weeks, linebacker and safety and all that. However, what if they go with a wide on the first one? And like we said, if Metcalf's not on the board, what do you think of Marquise Brown from Oklahoma? What do you think about him? Could the Steelers take a chance on him, maybe?
Well, Marquise would be a great get. Now, I don't want him at. Well, let me rephrase that. I think that it's a matter of if you can get him at one of those later picks, great. But I honestly think that with that injury that he had, he might fall to the second round. He might be a better get in the second round for the Raiders, which right now is at pick 35. If the Raiders acquire another second round pick in one of the trade backs from like 24 or 27, maybe he's a get there. He's going to be a really good receiver in my mind. But I think that injury might knock him back down a round or two.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I think the Steelers, if they're going to play poker, however, with them, I mean, I know your Raiders are doing, but the Steelers, I think the Steelers are smart. They got to go after Devin Bush, or they got to go after Metcalf, I feel. Because everyone talks about those 2 and Brandon Murphy from Washington. Those are the 3 names I keep hearing from Pittsburgh fans. Those are the 3 that they're looking at.
I was going to say Metcalf, I think, is definitely going to be a Steeler. I think that one of the things that might keep them away from Marquise Brown is because of who his cousin is.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I'm looking at the other positions here. I mean, like I said, defensive end, I keep hearing DeAndre Baker's a possibility. However, I keep hearing Greg Little's another name. I keep hearing all these other names. However, like I said, if they're going to look down the road, I don't know. I mean, there's so many things that the Steelers could look at right now, but we're going to see on Thursday where they fall, Howard. I think there's going to be a lot of talk in the next 2 or 3 days, Howard, if I'm Colbert and Tomlin trying to let's make a deal, Howard. But like I said, Howard, I think the big one we've talked about the last few weeks is this Benny Snell, Howard. I like him a lot. I would love to see the Steelers end up with him maybe somewhere in the second or third round, possibly. That would be a nice get for them.
Yeah, I think so. Benny Snell is going to be a big bruising back in the NFL. He's not as quick as Nick Chubb was last year, but I think he's a little bit thicker, and I think he's really going to play well in the NFL for whoever picks him up. Yep.
Well, we'll see what happens, Howard. Thursday night's officially opening night, Howard, prime time, so we'll see what happens. So enjoy your trip to Nashville. Have fun, however, with everyone up there in Music City, and we'll be hearing from you.
But most definitely, and it'll be good to be there. I just looked at the weather, and of all of the days, the only time it's supposed to rain is Thursday night. I'm like, really? I can't catch a break.
Well, just make sure you stay dry. That's the important thing.
I'll try to stay dry. Hopefully, I'll be under some cover But, I'm going to be wearing my garb. So it's like I might not be wearing the full overcoat, but I'll be in my regular stuff. And, it's a lot of stuff to schlep around, especially when all of that leather gets wet.
Exactly. I hear you.
Well, hey, Jared, good to hear from you. I'm hoping that I didn't block you. You didn't call the other night by any chance, did you?
No. I had a routine emergency. My girlfriend called me the other night, so no, I didn't talk to you the other night. Yeah.
Okay, because there was a couple 412s from Steelers, and the guy they were trolls. So I blocked them, and I saw it again, and because your name didn't show up, again. Yeah, well, you have my regular cell number.
I got it in my phone bank. Yes.
Yeah, make sure that if you can, make sure that in case it happens again, I just got to try to remind myself that 412 is that they're not all buttholes.
No problem. I'll take care of it.
All right. Hey, how's that other event coming with with that other gentleman in question?
I want to see him Thursday, hopefully for the draft tower. I'll be talking to him probably Tuesday. So if I hear from him by this week, I'll let you know. When you're in Nashville, I'll shoot you a message. If not, when you get back from Nashville, I'll let you know what's going on.
All right. Hey, thanks again there, Jared. Always good hearing from you, shipmate.
You can see you again, Jack. Bye.
All right. That's Jared, my boy in Pittsburgh. See, we actually let other people call in. I like it when fans of other teams call in because, like I said, we need to learn what's going on with other teams because we're either going to see them in this regular season or eventually as well. I hope that they don't screw it up. Bob, I get you there, but I think that if they were going to screw it up, they're going to screw it up on themselves anyway. You got all the information that the scouts gave you. It's up to you to figure out who you want. Good to see from, let's see, we got here. We got Bob Lorenzo. Thanks for coming aboard. Abe Ortega, Rich Witt, Juan Lopez. Hey, Kai. Good to see you as well. And then Rude Boy Raider. Folks, if you can, please come to YouTube. YouTube.com/C/Captain Jack Rackham Levy. I get to the comments. I look at the comments. My priority on the comments is YouTube. Better audio, better video. Please come over to YouTube. And there was some disagreement on Brown. A couple people are really high on him. A couple people said that we can wait. If he's available, great. I mean, to be honest, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to spend anything other than a second rounder on Hollywood Brown. I don't. I think we have so many other different needs that getting a top flight receiver this year is not my priority. That's just me, though. It's not that I dislike him, but I think that we got a lot of different needs where a top flight receiver. We already picked up 2 top flight receivers in free agency and trades, so we'll see that. If we're doing any offense, it's going to be a guard, tight end. There you go, a tight end or a guard. I agree, Mike Lee. It's going to be somebody that we can use right away. Tight end is a need right now. A top flight tight end is a need, and a guard is always somebody that you're going to use. I can agree there. I have in person. He's a burner. Yeah, okay, yeah, he is. But you know what? We don't need him this year. If Gruden listens to Mayock, we will be fine. Matt Marinovich, you are correct. I'm telling you that if we have any of these head-scratching picks, it's going to be a Gruden pick because in my mind, Mike Mayock is so methodical that we're going to get the right people in the right slot at the right time. Slot guy, Matt Marinovich needs to listen to it. And we see VW agrees as well. We all agree. And that's why I hope that Gruden took Mayock in and will be listening to him. Brown won't be in the second round. Okay, so, oh well. There are plenty of top flight receivers every year. Plenty of top flight flight receivers every year. Oh, okay. V-Dub, Vince Whittle. Thank you. I was wondering who the hell that was. Thanks, Vince. I was liking your comments. I'm like, who the hell is this? Vince Whittle. Thanks. Good to hear from you, shipmate. Good to hear from you. Always a great day when Vince Whittle is in the house. Get back to all of the people that are here. Again, if you are on Facebook, thank you for being here on Facebook. Share this up to everybody. You can share it up, but come over to YouTube. Please come over to YouTube. Everybody will tell you that the volume, the audio, the video is 10 times better, if not more, on YouTube. Okay. Thanks for following me as well. Metcalf is the only real receiver in the draft. I like Metcalf, Mike Lee, but I think that he might be another blowed up version of like Terrell Owens and who was the kid, like Daryl Boston. I like his physicality. I like what he does with his tools. But, I think that for as big and as strong and as fast as he is, I don't know whether that is going to, if he's overhyped. It's kind of like everybody was saying how great, and I'm going to pull a name, okay? Remember the kid that was that the Packers picked in the first round? Tony Mandarich was the end-all, be-all, going to be a stud in the pros. He was on the juice. He's on the juice. And he wasn't all that. He was a busted pick. He was okay. I think Metcalf is a little bit too strong and a little bit too, I don't know. I'm leery. I'm leery of him. If he pans out, yeah. And Matt Marinovich has it right there. I think that if you're smart, you use him as a tight end. If you use him as a tight end, there's nobody better, physically stronger. I think he'd make an excellent tight end. I think that as a wide receiver, he might be misplaced. Wide receiver in college, tight end in the pros. Line is open. 813-699-0834. I'm watching HBO. Oh, it's striptease. I was wondering. So I had The Girl Next Door and striptease. So a lot of good, basically, Lorno here on the TV tonight. Got nothing else on. Hawkinson is going to be the best tight end in this draft right now. I think that the kid from Duke, Jones, is going to be the best quarterback. Guy from Alabama. Well, yeah, for as far as quarterbacks next year, Christian, yeah. Tua and Herbert from I got to tell you, from Georgia is going to be the great quarterback in my mind. I think he's going to be really good. Oh, you retracted it. I was reading it too. I think it's going to be a really, really good draft. Sharks and Golden Knights. What channel is that on, Vince? I'll turn it on because there's really nothing else going on. Okay. Jimmy Farrell, good hearing from you, brother. How you doing? Jimmy Farrell.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Your volume, your sound is not very good, but I hear you, brother.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Just can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. But
Great.
talk to me there, Jimmy.
How about now?
Better, much better. I hear you better. Great.
What? I just finished watching Game of Thrones, so I figured I'd give you a call.
Game of
The
Thrones.
White Walkers are coming.
Okay. Well, you know what? Good for you. I like I said, I still go with the fact that I have never seen but one episode of Game of Thrones And it's not that I didn't. It was the original episode, but it just was the fact that I'm not going to get caught up. I need to binge watch what's going on, and I'd rather right now. Like I said, I just saw a massive set of hoodies. I'd rather watch a hockey game. Is that what the NHL channel? Let's see if they have anything.
Well, they got the whatchamacallit, the Golden Knights.
Right.
CN.
Yeah, what channel is that on DirecTV?
I don't get DirecTV.
Okay, let's see if I can find it.
I'm watching the mock draft on NFL channel.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, mock draft. Now, are they doing it from the beginning?
Yeah, they had it on 8 o'clock, and now they're just repeating it at 10 o'clock, and they just made the first pick, and it's Kyler Murray.
Well, okay, which means that the Raiders are going to get a top 3 pick at number 4. So, and is this the same mock draft that they had on the other night?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't think so. I think it's a new one.
Okay, so they're just going to do a mock draft every day until the actual draft.
They have like everybody on the show that's making picks.
Yeah.
They got Mariucci. They got Brooks. They got Brooks. Who's that other guy? He used to play for the Raiders. I forget his name. Anyway, they're repeating the show right now.
Gotcha.
So,
yeah, I put on the Sharks and Golden Knights. So it's 11:49 in overtime. I'll watch that. I can watch TNA pretty much anytime. I'd rather watch my sports.
Game's in overtime now?
Yeah, game's in overtime right now.
Oh, really? Wow. So if the Knights win, they move to the next round.
Yeah, if the Knights win, and again, the Knights had such a storied season last year. I don't know whether they can do it again. But the one good thing is that with Calgary out and with the 2 seed out right now, I was going to say whoever beat the Jets at the 3 seed. I was saying it earlier. Let's see here. Whoever beat, there you go. The Blues. The Blues might be the best team available out in the West, other than the Knights.
If Boston and Washington loses, we have a good shot for home ice throughout the playoffs.
Yeah. And
this is a really strange year for playoffs because you'll have like the top 6 teams out in the first round.
Right.
Which is unheard of.
So what are the Islanders doing now that they have a couple of days off and they're waiting on their next people?
Well, I'm a little concerned about that because if the Carolina-Washington game goes to Game 7, you're talking the Islanders won't play until Friday or Saturday. That's 2 weeks without playing.
Yeah.
And I'm a little concerned that they're going to be a little rusty.
Yeah.
In the first game. So we'll find out. I'm still rooting for Carolina. I know Tommy doesn't want to hear that. I'm sure he's happy today that his team blew out Carolina.
Yeah.
And Toronto had a chance to close out with Boston, but they lost today.
Yeah.
And 49ers picked Nick Bosa.
Yeah.
That's the second pick.
Okay, so they picked Bosa. And I'm reading some of the comments here. Mike Lee says we're going to go Allen. If we get Josh Allen, that depends on if he's available, Mike Lee. He said Rashawn Gary at 24, and then Hawkinson and Fant would be 27. So Mike Lee thinks we're going to take all our picks. I don't think Hawkinson's going to be around at 27. Fant might be, Mike Lee. We'll see that. Rashawn Gary is – I don't know. I'd actually –
I know they have Sherrill and than Gary.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd take Montez Sweat, although he has that physical issue.
Mhm.
We'll see on that. Vince is saying Colorado is a scary team. I agree with him there, especially anybody that can oust the Calgary Flames. You know, the wild card two. Remember, wild card two is the Columbus Blue Jackets in the East. So we'll see.
Yeah.
So we'll see what's going on.
Well, I can't look too far ahead. I just have to worry about the second round and who we're going to face. So I just hope they're, up to it by the time they get it going in game one.
Okay, I'm asking you though. I'm gonna flip the switch on you. Who do you think the Raiders are going to go for there, Jimmy?
What, as the first pick?
The first pick.
Well, it's either Quentin Williams or Josh Allen.
Again, now, if all goes as planned, I think it's going to be one of those two as well. And I think that the draft is going to play out in my mind. That draft is going to play out as people expect. Murray's going to go. Murray's going to go top three. There might be some changes there, but the Raiders I think are going to get.
They pick Quentin Williams, the Jets.
Yeah, see, and there you go. And I bet you that leaves Josh Allen available, and I think the Raiders will take Josh Allen at that spot on the mock. If that's
well,
it is.
if those two guys are out, I would just trade out, get more picks.
Oh, you don't like Josh Allen?
No, I mean if they're both gone by the time the Raiders pick is up.
Well, but I
would just trade down, not too far down, but far enough to get some decent picks, maybe a couple twos in the second round.
Yeah.
Or a one and a couple of twos.
Well, that's why I said that if the Raiders are entertaining a bunch of picks, that if the Patriots offer them up, if the Patriots offer them up, I think that I'd take obviously the 32nd for what they're getting, a 1 next year, a 2 and a 3 this year, and maybe even something else. I would make the Patriots pay through the nose because they're looking at that Duke quarterback.
Do you want to trade down that far?
Well, remember, I'm talking about no. I'm not talking about with the 4 pick. I'm talking about with the 24 or 27.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I thought you were talking about the 4th pick.
Oh, hell no. I ain't giving the Patriots the number 4 pick. No. If the Raiders trade out of the 4, I expect it maybe to the Giants, who might want to leapfrog Tampa Bay for somebody that they're targeting. I can see that. I don't actually. I need to have the draft order in front of me, but I don't expect the Raiders to trade out the 4 pick out of the top 10. I don't see the Raiders trading out of the top 10 because there's too much of a drop off right there. I think that maybe you go 7 or 8 being the lowest that I would go, but I would make sure that you stockpile those picks.
Yeah. And the NFL did a great job with the Bucs schedule.
Well, they did the same
with the road games.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, though. The NFL scheduler is on record as saying that they screwed over both the Raiders and the Bucs the way that they did that scheduling. It was the guy that did the scheduling said, you know what? If I could do it again, I'd take a shot at it once again. And again, a lot of the Tampa Bay fans and a lot of the Raider fans, obviously, I get it. It's 6 weeks away from a home game. It is. Yeah. And it's unfortunate, but it's just the way it is. It's just the way it is.
I'm tired of these London games too. Taking away our home.
Well, that is what you get. You get a London game, you get a Mexico City game, when you are changing into a new venue, that's just the way it is. That's why the Chargers are playing in Mexico City. It's why the Chargers played their games as well, because they're moving into a new venue. Now, the minute that the Raiders move into into Vegas, you won't have to worry about that anymore. You might go to London, you might go to Mexico City, but not on a home game. You will be there because somebody else pulled you as one of their home games that they're losing. Okay, so just because the Raiders play in London or Mexico City in a couple of years, it's not because we're losing a home game. It's because somebody else is losing that home game.
Well, I'm sure Mark Davis needs the money too.
Well, that goes without saying. I'm looking at the clock there, Jimmy. Give me your best out the door.
I got my Jet and Raider tickets. I heard that you were going, so I hope me, you, and the Bear can hook up and chat a while.
Well, definitely. I know. I talked with the Bear. We're supposed to be doing a show together. Hopefully, we'll do something. Maybe for at the Raider Nation Explosion. We'll definitely see him there. I definitely want to do something with him. Great guy to do a show with, and hopefully we'll do the planning there.
Will you do a show at the Jet game?
Well, is Bear coming out for the Jets?
I don't know yet. I have to ask him.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think the Bear travels too much out of Oakland. I mean, I don't know if he does a lot of traveling. I'd love to do a show with him if he travels, but we'll see.
Yeah, I feel like Jimmy Carter, like getting Egypt and Israel together for like a peace treaty.
Well, I have no problem with Bear. I don't. I've never had a problem with Bear.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I've never had a problem with Bear. In fact, up until I started watching his shows, I never watched his shows because, again, I wanted my takes to be my takes, and I was afraid that maybe some of his takes people would construe that I was getting my stuff from the Bear, and I'm always my own person. If you hear it from me, it's because I think it.
Yeah, well, I'll ask him if he's going to. I hope he does, because I like to meet him myself.
Oh yeah, a great guy. I've met him twice. Great wife, and it's good to be a part of the Bears family.
Right. Well, all right. So hopefully, I guess the next time I talk to you, we'll be talking about the second round.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I will be out at the draft. So if all goes well, I'll do my show.
Ed Oliver.
Ed Oliver at 4.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a stretch.
That's 4.
That's a stretch.
Wow.
And Allen was still on the board?
Yeah. Williams is still on the board, yeah.
Quinnen Williams was on the board, and they picked him.
No, I mean, you're right. I'm sorry, Josh. Yeah, he's still on the board.
Okay, yeah. Well, you know what?
That's a strange pick, I mean, it's not a bad pick, but it's not a great pick. It's decent.
Hopefully, I won't be seeing that personally. Let's put it that way. Unless the Raiders trade back from 4 to 6 or 7, then you pick up a Ed Oliver, then you pick up maybe a Montez Sweat, and you pick up some more picks, but not at 4. Not at 4.
Are you doing a show Thursday?
No, I will be going live from the draft.
You won't be doing a show. Okay.
I won't be doing a show, but I will be going live from the draft, which means you guys can comment to me and I'll talk about it, but I'm not going to be taking
phone calls.
I won't be taking phone calls. Yeah. Can't do it.
That's good.
All right, Jimmy, you take care, shipmate.
Okay. Let's go Islanders. Yes.
All right. Go Islanders. Yes. Take care, brother. That's Jimmy Farrell. Good to hear from him as well. Got the line open again. Let me go back. Like I said, I'm looking at your comments. Yeah, Mark made the deal to go to that. That's the way it is. Like I said, once you get a new stadium, you give up these games. 858, who am I talking to? 858, what can I do you for? 858. Goodbye, 858. If I can't hear you, I can't help you. Be ready to go on. Be ready to go on. Line is open, 813-699-0834, 813-699-0834. Matt, I can see that. And the thing is, with Josh Allen could be a boom or bust player. Josh Allen might be this draft's equivalent of Jadeveon Clowney. There's a lot of good things about Josh Allen that there's a lot of potential for him to bust out in a bad way. But I have it on good authority from a gentleman that I did a flight with. I was coming back from Cincinnati, and a gentleman sat down next to me who is a big UK guy. And we had a very good conversation that, every time that he follows somebody, they do well. So he said that if the Raiders pick Josh Allen, he can guarantee him a Super Bowl. So I said, hey, if that's what it takes for a Super Bowl, let's do it. Doc, good to hear from you, brother. How you doing?
Oh, doing pretty good. Happy Easter and belated Passover, buddy.
Thank you there, shipmate. Like I said, but I haven't had a Seder in years. Obviously, I don't have anybody that makes good Jewish food. Yeah, I said I would love to go to a house next Passover and have somebody cook me a good Seder. Now, granted, gefilte fish is not my favorite, but some good matzah with some good apple. It's like good apple root, and the horseradish is good, and it makes you feel better getting a good meal. So I had a great Easter meal yesterday because we were at the game today. So we did our Easter meal a day early. So I'm looking for a good Passover meal next year. Find me a good Jewish chick, and we'll go from there.
Well, let me talk a little bit about hockey with you.
Sure.
I said I was going to go after Mayhem. That's what I was rooting for.
Yeah.
I was seeing all these top teams go out. I think I'm winning.
Yeah. Well, as I said, Calgary is out, the Jets are out, and the Lightning are out. So two ones and a 2 are already gone. So Mayhem is winning. Mayhem is winning, shipmate. You are doing well.
Well, I tell you, this has been a very interesting, unprecedented NHL postseason.
Yep.
Definitely not typical. But and then when you go to the NBA, my team Boston, we swept the Pacers today. So hey, that's at least one down.
Right. And who do you got next?
Officially, it's not done, but we'll be playing the Bucks.
Okay. So Boston and Milwaukee. Okay. That'll be a very good series.
Well, they match up good, but I tell you, the Bucks is probably the best team right now, I could say, out of the East. And so it's really going to test us. If we don't pull together as a team, they'll walk us right over. So we're going to have to pull together. We pulled together pretty good against Indiana, but not to insult Indiana Pacer fans, they're not the Bucks this year. Bucks have really been on fire.
Yeah, I see the Bucks. When we talk Bucks, when I hear Bucks, I always think locally with the local Tampa team, and I just But when we talk Milwaukee Bucks, they're palatable. Both the son Josh Allen both have the most scare. Okay, from Christian. And thank you there, Mike. I agree. A Jewish meal, a Christian meal, it's all good when you're in with family. I agree with you, Mike Lee. I'm pulling chain or pulling kind of like pulling a leg. I would like a good Passover Seder again. But I did have a wonderful Easter meal, and as you said, it's always better with family. So thanks for the thought. Thanks for definitely the thought. rematch of Vegas and the Capitals. Matt Marinovich said that, and that would be a good series. And Tommy says that he thinks he thinks Boston's going to win the East there, shipmate. So, at least Tommy is saying that you're going to go far.
I hope so, but like I said, we got to keep playing together. Earlier on this season, there was a lot of finger pointing. We got to get rid of that. Right now, it's time to play team ball.
Yeah,
and if we can do that, we can play. We can go good distance.
Okay, now,
but
I'll be very honest, and it's because I'm prejudiced. Prejudiced against Boston teams. Let me rephrase that, because it says I'm prejudiced and people are going to think I'm prejudiced, and I'm not. I don't like Boston teams. So when I don't watch as a whole any Celtics games, I haven't liked watching Boston since, the heyday of Danny Ainge and Larry Bird and Kevin McHale. I would at least watch them then, but because I had such a bellyful of Boston fans, and I saw that today over at the Trop, that I don't like Boston teams. So again, nothing against you, Doc. You're definitely the one that I will definitely talk to. Tommy Beard I can deal with as well, because he's not so full of it, But I don't watch the Celtics. I was wearing my Rajon Rondo jersey for St. Patty's Day, because that's the only green jersey I had at the time. Now I have a Phillies green jersey. I have a couple of Oakland Athletics green jerseys, so I don't have to worry about wearing a Celtics jersey ever again for St. Patrick's Day. There you go.
Well, I got a little trivia question for you, and see if you know who I'm talking about.
Okay.
Which Boston Celtic player played for the Boston Celtics, was also a pitcher for the Dodgers, and was an award-winning actor?
I know the name, but it's not coming to me right now. I do know who you're talking about. Because I've heard this trivia question before. And it was
Connors.
Okay.
The rifleman. That's my boy.
That's right. That's right. Chuck Connors. And he was a Celtic, and again, he played baseball too.
Yeah, he was a Dodgers.
There you go. He played for the Dodgers. There you go. I knew that, but I couldn't remember it. Chuck Connors. There you go. Yeah.
Now, when I was a kid, before I started liking Boston, I went to Boston after I was a little kid, but the team I really rooted for, and I remember going and seeing them at Norfolk, and you'll probably remember this, Virginia Squires.
Oh, yeah. Virginia Squires. Did they play? Were they out of Norfolk?
Yeah. They played at the Scope.
Wow, they played at the Scope. Wow. I remember hearing. I remember the Squires as an ABA team, and obviously, I'm trying to remember.
If I remember correctly, they played some games at Richmond and some games at Scope, if I remember correctly.
Okay, that's what I was remembering. I thought that they played in Richmond, but they were they probably did like remember how the Packers would play some of their games in Milwaukee and some of them in Green Bay?
Some games in Green Bay.
Yeah. So that I did not know that. Yeah, I was going to say, so I always thought that they played in just Richmond. So thank you for enlightening me. I will remember that from now on. But yeah, the Squires.
Julius Ervin was the man.
That's right. Dr. J played for the Squires before he jumped over to the Nets. I was just going to say, and there was they had a really good, and I hate saying it, a really good white guy played for him too. And I'm trying to remember. I got his. Was it Billy Paltz?
I believe you're right. Yes.
Yeah.
I was a young kid then, so I remember the names. I think you're right.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I still got some of my Virginia Squire basketball cards.
Yeah, I do too. In fact, one of the good things that I can't wait to show people when I get this room done is that I'm probably, and it actually, I might do it on that shelf back there, or I'll put them on the shelf that's over here that nobody can see on camera. But I'm going to get my the baseball card collection that's out of the boxes. You know, if I have a complete set, they're obviously in a box. I'm not taking them out. But I got a lot of cards that are just, you know, the singles that are out of the collection. So I'll probably go show people. I got my card the other night. I actually have a Mike Schmidt rookie card from 73 that I didn't write on, because when I was younger, my brother and I would always fight about the cards. So my mom, being a mother, would put my initials on the cards that were mine and my brother's initials on the cards that were his. And then he was a couple. Yeah. So I have a Mike Schmidt rookie card from 73 that doesn't have a mark on it. So it is it's not a mint card, but at least it doesn't have any markings on it. But almost every other 73 card I have has it. I mean, it's good condition, but it just has that writing on it. So, I mean, I can't sell any of my 73s other than that Schmidt.
I remember going through some of the cards my grandfather had. I don't know if I ended up with them, but the cards used to come in tobacco products.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I remember all that too, the tobacco products cards. So it was weird. You know, they talk about marketing the kids and stuff, but I guess the adults like the cards too. But it was nothing for, you know, tobacco. And using the military, the old C-rats had cigarettes in the C-rats.
Right.
How times have changed.
Well, actually, but the fact that the cards used to be in tobacco products, that is the reason why the Honus Wagner card is the most expensive card ever, was because Honus being, I think he was either a Quaker or another religious sect that was very much against the use of tobacco. So he told that the manufacturers, he said, hey, take my pictures, take my cards out of your packs. And that is why Honus Wagner cards are the most expensive and near priceless cards, was because Quaker. There you go. Did I say Quaker?
I don't remember.
I was going to say, I know. I thought I might have said Quaker, but yeah, I know that because of his religious beliefs, that he stopped them, and that's why there's only about 6 of those Honus Wagner cards available. So that's one of the reasons why. And one other while I get back to you, Christian. Yeah, I tell you what, Portland will be doing. Is already doing over what I thought that they were going to be doing in the playoffs, but we'll see. You know, for that. But again, go ahead.
Y'all were talking earlier. I think it was with Jimmy D that they said Oliver at 4.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, if Allen and Quinn Williams are not available, I would rather trade down. Like you said, with the Giants, maybe get their 6th pick and maybe some 2s to go along with it.
Yeah.
And then go after somebody like a Sweat or somebody else.
Right.
It'd be more of a value pick, Sweat at 6 than picking them at 4. And I would rather have Quentin Williams or Josh Allen. But if I can't have them 2 at 4, like I said, I'd rather trade down and get more picks.
Yep. I was going to say, if they're off the board, and the only way that those guys are going to be off the board is if Murray doesn't go 1, because to
Murray
me,
might not. That might be a smoke screen.
Well,
you hadn't seen no trades with Rosen yet.
Well, here's the thing, though, is that if Murray doesn't go 1, and I think, like you said, that might be a smoke screen. But remember, your top 3 picks allegedly are Bosa, Williams, and Allen. So they got to go in that order. And so, man, if Murray now go one, I think that, again, we'll see what happens. But again, if those guys aren't available, and I'm hoping, like I said, somebody said I'd throw out, I'll go completely nuts if the Raiders take Murray at 4. I will too. Vince, I'm watching the game now. I actually went over it and watched the game. And Matt Marinovich says, trade down and get Sweat, just like you and I are saying. Sweat would be a good product there. Ed Oliver might not be bad at 6, but I think that still might be a little bit too high for him. But
I think mid to late teens for Oliver.
Yeah, I think, like I said, Oliver at about 15, maybe.
Yeah, like I said, mid to late teens.
Yeah,
if he don't fall more.
Yeah, I tell you what, Doc, give me your best out the door.
Go Raiders. Best player available, baby.
All right, and make sure you're watching the draft, man. Hopefully, I'll get some airtime, and I'll say hi to everybody.
You have a good night there, Cat Jack.
All right, you take care there, Doc. As always, a pleasure with Doc Burdett. And actually, I forgot to ask him how he's doing with it. I know he had some. Doc, I apologize. I know that you're still watching. I hope that eyesight is getting better. We get into that such a great conversation that I keep forgetting to ask him how he's doing. So again, keep Doc Burdett in mind and for prayers. Hot Neil was always here as well. Hot Neil was in the hospital, so keep a what do you call it? A good thought in for Hot Neil Flightus. Make sure he's doing okay. And Mike Lee, actually, this is something where you're talking about Larry Bird being the GOAT. It was. I watched Shaquille O'Neal's interview today. I can't remember what channel I was watching, but he said that O'Neal had obviously. In the backcourt, he had Michael Jordan. He had Kobe in the backcourt. He had Larry Bird as his small forward. His power forward was, I want to say it was Karl Malone, if I'm not mistaken. He had Hakeem Olajuwon as his center. And the guy says, it's not you. You're not, your top 5 isn't you. He says, no, it's Hakeem. So I like the fact that Shaq, even said that. So yeah, but that was his top 5. He had Kobe and Michael, Larry Bird, Karl Malone, and Hakeem Olajuwon. Or maybe he had Bill Russell. Or maybe Willie Geist had Will Russell. It was a good interview. But I tell you, I love to watch basketball in that respect. I don't watch it during the regular season. To me, it's boring because it's just a bunch of guys playing basketball. I only like to watch it during the playoffs. I know that sounds crazy, but again, I don't like to watch hockey unless my Flyers are playing or even if the Lightning are playing in the regular season because who cares? It's the regular season. Most of the teams are going to make the playoffs anyway. And the ones that don't, you don't really want to watch in the playoffs because they suck. So during basketball and hockey, to me, I like to watch my teams. And I don't really have a basketball team. I like the Warriors. I like the Spurs. I like the Sixers from my roots in Pennsylvania and Philly. But I'm not a big basketball fan. I like the Magic too because I'm from Orlando. But I don't like to watch a lot of basketball during the year until the playoffs, because again, to me, it's just, it's a basketball game. And I never really liked basketball until the playoffs. Then it gets interesting. Line is open, 813-699-0834, 813-699-0834. Christian Worthington, that'd be good to hear from you. I appreciate you coming on board the show and making your comments. See if I might, let me get caught back up on Facebook. Yeah, Derek Carr haters. I get you, Ryan. I mean, once we win with Derek Carr, then you won't hear about it as much. Clelin Ferrell, I believe, would be a good pick, and I think he might be available. So again, thanks for Ryan's comments as well. Colton Adams, thanks for coming in as well. And Sergio, thanks for coming. Again, If you're on Facebook, thank you for joining me on Facebook, but please go to youtube.com/C/Captain Jack Rackham Levy. youtube.com/C/Captain Jack Rackham Levy. Go over there, subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. It might be, you might need a Gmail account, but I don't think you can do it any other way. Log in, use a Gmail account. Doesn't cost you anything. Go ahead and subscribe. Carr just needs to find his dog. I agree, Mike. He needs to get that toughness back that he showed in 2016. I agree that he has not been the same person since he broke his leg, or basically it was like the ankle injury, the ankle break. He hasn't been the same quarterback because he rarely takes off and runs. Although that might be a product of Gruden telling him that he wants to save himself and not to do all of those different things. Why can you not think it? I'm curious. Curious about what, Mike? I must have missed something. How can you? Oh, he's talking about Ed. I don't agree with you at all, Mike. How can you think that way? Mike, Deaf Bird. That's a different conversation. I'll let you guys pan that out. Line is open, 813-699-0834. Again, if you're on Facebook, thank you for being here on Facebook. But please come to YouTube. YouTube is where it's at for the Captain Jack shows in the regular season. We're coming up on 10:41. Wow, so we've been on here. Lakers had Chamberlain. Oh, yeah, okay. And Celtics were not anything really since. Well, no, not really. Not really. The Celtics, actually, when the Celtics had when they won the championship, what they had, like Big Baby and Allen, and they had oh God, they had Allen and Big Baby and the guy that was the Timberwolf. Oh, his name is escaping me. The big Garnett, Kevin Garnett. Thank you, I got it. Kevin Garnett and Big Baby and Allen. They were a good team, the Celtics. So I mean, they've been a good team. You know, I was just saying today, KG. Yep. Paul Pierce. I was forgetting Paul Pierce. So yeah, they won a championship, right? Yeah. So they've actually won some. I was actually talking with my son today. I said, I remember when the only good teams in Boston used to be the Celtics and the Bruins. And that's one of the reasons why. And again, no offense to Tommy. I know Tommy's a Red Sox fan, but the Red Sox hadn't won shit since the curse, and it took Curt Schilling to break the curse. And then they've won several World Series since then. But you know, there was, you know, and then of course the Patriots were one of the worst teams in football. They were always horrible. A couple of them made it to the Super Bowl and they got waxed by the Packers. They got waxed by who beat the Patriots when they were real? I'm trying to think of the Packers beat them, and the Bears beat them, and somebody else beat them bad. But that was before Tom Brady and the Patriots were in their element. But you know, that's why I said, you know, Boston, they're so snotty about having all these winners now, but can't stand it. I know that's harsh, but that's just the way it is. Josie, thanks for coming in. Again, if you are on Facebook, please come over to YouTube, www.youtube.com/C/Captain Jack Rackham Levy. Better audio, better video, better show. Same show here, but it's better when you can actually see it and hear it a hell of a lot better. So if you're on Facebook, thanks you for joining me. Please come over to YouTube. Line is open, 813-699-0834, 813-699-0834. Bird was put life into Boston after years of failure. Bird walks in and boom. Yeah, well, Boston wasn't anything until Larry Bird for a while. I agree. I mean, was it Bob Cousy and Bill Russell and Casey Jones and Sam Jones? And I'm missing somebody. That's 4 of the 5. But yeah, they weren't anything for a while until Larry Bird came there, and then they were the team. But I agree, Mike. Love Johnson too. He did kind of the same thing, but not a big. You're talking about with the Lakers. Again, Magic and Larry, I think, breathed life into the NBA, of course, with Michael. The NBA wouldn't be what it is today if it hadn't been for Larry Bird and Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan. Because if you remember right, they would show the NBA Finals in a time delay. Nobody would watch it live. Nobody cared. The NBA was on its last breath until Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and then Michael shortly thereafter breathed life into the NBA. I am watching the second overtime with San Jose and Vegas. Again, if Vegas wins, they go on to the next round. And I did have it up here. Let me see if I can pull it back up. If Vegas wins, let me see if it's already. Yeah, if Vegas wins, they're going to play Colorado. That's going to be a hell of a series. And, Dallas is beating – wow. Dallas is beating the other 1 seed right now, 3-2 over Nashville. So we'll see. Caps are still in it. Tommy's Caps against Carolina. We'll see. John's moved again to what we are, and Jordan took it to another. Okay, I'll go there, Mike. But again, the NBA was on life support. Curry with the Warriors, the second coming of Magic Johnson. Maybe. But Curry's a different entity. Line is open, 813-699-0824. Hey, Mike Arline, thanks for coming in. We are at 1 hour 44, call it 1:45. Gonna do 2. We only had some light to intermittent showering of trolls at the very beginning, but that's just the way it is. Again, if you're going to call in, send me your number in Facebook, or if you have my number, make sure that is why I say that if you're going to call in, if you know me from Facebook, great. But make sure I know you're calling in. I mean, I am me. Always good to hear from you, Mike. And again, the room is coming together. I still can't show you on the other side of the camera because it's still a effed up zone. Did you talk about the Lightning debacle? Yeah, we did. I mean, it was actually go up through the comments. Probably one of the best comments made. And let me see if I can find who said it. I think it was Vince Whittel with V-Dub. He was saying like, race. Yeah, race fans need to know they have the Lightning they can turn to. Ooh, wait, yeah. It was a great slam. So, yeah, you're a little late on that there, Mike. Curry's dynamic, comparing to Kurt and Barry. You know what? Stephen Curry is a unique entity, and actually, I'll probably, remind me, I will wear my throwback. Wear my throwback Curry jersey. I do have one of the current ones, but I like the throwback one. It's actually it's a nicer jersey. It's also a Mitchell and Ness. So, Tommy, he didn't play a minute. Len Bias didn't die on draft day, he would have been the best player. We'll never know. We'll never know. And that's a shame, that Len Bias did die. There are also the gentleman that played for was it St. Mary's? And his buddy was, when he went into the pros, he shot his free throws with the other hand as an homage to his buddy that died. I can't remember his name. I know somebody will say it, but I think it was St. Mary's, and then his buddy shot the free throws with his offhand as a remembrance to him. But there's a lot of players, how good could Pete Maravich have been? And Pistol Pete was a fantastic player, but we lost him way too early too. If we're going to talk about that, Len Bias. A lot of people that just died too early. Hank Gathers, thank you there, Mike. Thank you. I knew somebody would. This is why you don't know jack about sports. I know it, but I just don't have all my. I misremember some things, and I don't get all of the names. And that's why I have my audience to help me out. Thanks again, there, Mike Arlen. Hank Gathers. There you go. Curry is great, but not on that level. Right now, Mike, like I said, is he a Magic Johnson? No. But Curry has what? How many championships does Stephen Curry have? 3 or 4? Because he has at least 3. Now Magic had what, 5? So if he gets there, if he gets to the same number, then it's also a matter of there's differences in the the 80s are the 80s, and this era is way different. So once you start comparing eras with players, it's hard. Line is open, 813-699-0834. Let's have a call. Let's do one more call tonight, and then we'll go off at 11 o'clock. Playoffs are much better than without. Then you mean now without LeBron makes the playoff? I don't like LeBron. I don't like LeBron. LeBron is so full of himself. He's a great player, but I just don't like LeBron. I don't take anything away from him. He is the best player in basketball the last decade. There is nobody better than LeBron James. But even this year, you have Giannis, you have the beard, KD is always up in there. But LeBron James, if LeBron James was all that, he'd win the title every year, right? Team sport. You can be so great, but you need to count on your shipmates. So having said that, like I said, we're up in 1 hour, 50 minutes. Hopefully you get another call. Because I got I'll do some more work but I'm very tired. I probably will go right to bed. Maybe grab a no. I do so well when the diet, when I don't eat after a certain hour. There's some cheesecake that's calling my name, but I think I might save it for tomorrow. Line is open, 813-699-0834. Again, thank you for joining me on Facebook. It's always a pleasure. Please come over to YouTube, youtube.com/C/Captain Jack Rackham Levy. If you're already there on YouTube, thank you. Yeah, the Howie Long poster. I've had that since the late 80s. I bought it in, I want to say 89. and I was TAD, or temporary assigned duty, from my billet in the Philippines. I was in Alameda, and what sucked is that I was there in '89. That was the year that the Raiders came back to play a preseason game against, I think it was the Oilers, and it was going to be in August. And I think that was it March, April, May, June. I think that I just left like about 2 weeks prior to the game. And I remember that I was back in the Philippines where my station was. I missed the preseason game. I was back in the Philippines in time to watch the live when they had the earthquake, when the Giants were playing the Athletics. And I remember that, watching it live on the Armed Forces Network. But it's like I was so close. I could have been, if I would have stayed a little longer, I would have seen the World Series game. I would have seen the preseason game, but I couldn't stay long enough. So just didn't happen. I bet you wouldn't come to Maryland and say that you were better, tell everything, but what? Come on, guys. Tommy, come on. Tommy, be nice. Be nice to Ed. Ed, be nice to Tommy. And I know you guys will be nice when you meet each other. Come on. Line is open, 813-699-0834. Hopefully we'll have one more phone call. If not, that's fine. But we have been spending almost the last 2 hours talking sports, which is great. What else? What else can you do on a Sunday night? Listen to some old dude, and of course the comments from and I got rid of them. Hi Santa troll. If I go back to the beginning, host calls in stream, doesn't take calls. I told the people I was trying to call, but wasn't a troll. What the fuck, to go back to the very beginning, then you had this guy call me Santa. I don't need your crap. So again, if you're here, thanks. I appreciate you being here, but bring something to the conversation here. And we talked about baseball, talked about Honus Wagner, and we have some religion. We talked about the Jews and the Gentiles and the Quakers and a bunch of different things. So it was interesting. It was an interesting show, but I don't talk bad about Len Bias. I don't think he's talking about who do I want in the second round. Thank you there, Jimmy Farrell. I think, don't be surprised if the Raiders keep their second round pick, the kid out of Michigan, high motor guy. Linebacker, like a outside linebacker / defensive end type. God, I can't remember his name. Out of Michigan. Name is escaping me. Let me see if I can pull it up from my other. I go to this one site. I think his name is Chaz Winovich. There you go. There you go. Both of us at the same time, Matt. Thanks, shipmate. Winovich. Yeah. That's who I get in the second round. I think that the Raiders, Winovich. I think that would be a great second round pick because the Raiders need help in at linebacker. I said, I like what Markel Lee is going to be doing. I think he's going to take over that middle linebacker spot this year. I think that he has enough seasoning in. I think he's going to be in that spot. I think that, with Marshall and Perfect, I think that those are two good veterans. I don't know if Brandon Marshall's going to make the team, though, because, again, as we were discussing earlier, it was one of those things where, like, when we got DJ from the Chiefs last year, he was such a bust. So I don't know if Brandon Marshall can play up to his capabilities, that'll be a great pickup by the Raiders. But we'll see. But I think Markel Lee's going to have a good year. Morrow, I think will be a very good, important key cog. I'll have to show you. I do have the one glove that Morrow threw to me at the Miami game last year, or 2 years ago. But I think running back is second round is a little bit too high for anybody. If you're going to get a run, I keep harping on, and Tommy Beard's going to say the kid from Miami, great, okay, but I think Jordan Scarlett's going to be a really good pick for somebody. Third or fourth rounder. Third, if we trade back and get our third rounder back, we'll see. But we'll see it until I can't wait. The draft is upcoming. I will be there, so look for me live at the draft. And until then, I definitely have had a great time with everybody here. It's always a pleasure. And I get a chance to basically give my out music, which I didn't get a chance to do, the one time because of the trolls. But thank you for joining me. I appreciate any likes that you can throw up at me again. The one gentleman that was saying, hey, throw some likes this way. I appreciate it. I appreciate you being here. Here's the thing. Get people here. I enjoy the show, but get people to come on over. Say, hey, hang out with Captain Jack talking sports. If you're on Facebook, thank you for being there on Facebook. Thank you for sharing this out. But get folks over to YouTube and get folks over to the show and the page. It's always a better time with callers and comments. I thank you for your comments there. I thank you for your comments here. It's always a great time, and I appreciate everybody being here. And with that being said, it's time to do the outro music, which means that our show is almost over. But I enjoyed this. I had a great time. Remember, Wednesday, I'm not going to have a show. I'm going to be driving up to Nashville. I'll be in Atlanta for the night. Maybe go live and say hi there. But Thursday, expect me to go live at the draft. Hopefully I'll get a chance to say hi to everybody there. And, we'll be ready to go. I can't wait for the draft. Thanks for joining me here on YouTube. Thanks for joining me here on Facebook. And until then, have a fantastic night. We'll see everybody Thursday for the draft. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.